Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the WWE 2K25 Universe Mode series. And we're here on Friday Night SmackDown. We have Kiana, James and Bayley making their way down towards the ring. So it seems like they're actually calling themselves the Initiative going forward here in Universe Mode. So Kiana James has a message for the WWE Universe, I guess on behalf of Bayley. We'll have to wait and see whether Bayley gets a word in herself, but Kiana James, just ahead of Saturday night's main event in a couple of weeks, where she will be taking on Rhea Ripley, of all people. So we'll have to wait and see what unfolds there at Saturday night's main event, but let's see what Kiana has got to say.
What you're looking at is not just the most dominant women's champion in WWE. You are looking at the most dangerous alliance this division has ever seen. Because this didn't just happen overnight. This was orchestrated, calculated, crafted. I am the architect of Bayley's brilliance.
And I'm the genius who had the good sense to listen. You all thought I was finished, right? That Rhea Ripley would dethrone me. Please. You all forget who I am. Like, I'm not just the champ. I'm the standard, the history maker. And now I'm untouchable.
Because while Rhea is busy worrying about Bianca, and Bianca is busy hopping shows chasing attention, and while Tiffany tries so desperately to keep up with your most dominant women's champion, we have been building something real.
They're distracted, petty, divided, and that's why they'll never take this from me.
Oh, hold on a second. Well, look who it is. Miss Money in the Bank is marching her way down to the ring. I guess that she's not going to be cashing in right now. I don't think that would be a wise choice. But Bianca Belair clearly has a message for Kiana James and Bayley. Let's see what Bianca Belair has got to say here.
Oh, this is cute. Y'all built a little power couple? That's sweet. But let me remind you both real quick, I'm the one with the golden ticket. I'm the one who climbed up that ladder to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. And Bayley, whether it's tomorrow, next week, or next month, I'm cashing in on whoever's champ, and I don't care who's standing next to her.
You won't be cashing in on me, honey, because you'll never get the chance.
Oh, business has just picked up. Because the Eradicator has arrived here on Friday Night SmackDown. So Rhea Ripley is here, and clearly she's not too pleased as to what's been happening in recent weeks. She has a problem with pretty much everyone that's in the ring right now, including Miss Money in the Bank, Bianca Belair. As Rhea Ripley feels that Bianca maybe cost her back at Money in the Bank by dangling the briefcase. But Rhea makes her way into the ring. Let's see what she's got to say.
You two are unbelievable. Bianca, you want to act like your little distraction at Money in the Bank didn't cost me that match? And Bayley, you needed a little pencil skirt wearing wannabe executive to save your title. Bayley doesn't win. Bayley survives, and I'm sick of people surviving. I want blood.
Temper, Rhea. That's exactly why you keep losing. You're all reaction and no foresight. Me? I'm 3 moves ahead. I'm playing chess. You're all playing checkers.
And next Saturday, Kiana's going to prove it when she beats you one-on-one. But don't worry, Mommy. I'll be around.
Okay.
Well, look who it is. It's the former Miss Money in the Bank and former WWE Women's Champion.
Everybody shut up for a sec. You guys need to get a grip. Because while we're standing here fighting each other, Bayley's playing chess and we're all playing hopscotch. You two want to fight each other? Fine. But if we don't stop Bayley and her little investment banker sidekick now, then this division is already lost and you'll have nothing to fight for. Fuck. This is gonna be exhausting.
You're all too late.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we're into the tag team division once again. And well, last week, Trick Williams picked up a massive victory for both himself and Carmelo Hayes. Although Carmelo Hayes in that matchup was causing a bit of chaos, and a couple of times it looked like maybe he may have been costing Trick Williams. But in the end, Trick Williams was able to get the victory over Alex Shelley and perhaps maybe push Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams back towards those WWE Tag Team titles. But here tonight, it's a fatal four-way matchup with members from each tag team who could potentially be involved in the title picture, including the champions will be out here tonight. So if any of these members of the tag teams can get a pinfall over the current champion, then you have to think that they would definitely get an advantage and maybe be the next #1 contenders. But Carmelo Hayes is the first one out here. And well, next up we have the former WWE Tag Team Champions. The men who we haven't seen in quite some time since they lost those titles. It is the New Day. Making their way down to the ring, Xavier Woods is the man who will be in action here tonight. Kofi Kingston will be at ringside. So it seems like each of these teams are actually coming out here. So this could end up being a bit of a chaotic matchup. Of course, there are no disqualifications, no countouts. So, of course, the tag team partners could get themselves involved if they so wished. So it may end up being more of a fatal four-way tornado tag match if we're not careful here tonight. And next up out here, it is the Motor City Machine Guns. But specifically, it will be Chris Sabin who will be in action here tonight. So the Motor City Machine Guns having a bit of a hard time in the tag team division as of late. But I'm sure that they're looking to try and get those tag team titles at some point in this Universe Mode series. And Chris Sabin could be the man to maybe get the victory for them here tonight and maybe propel them up the power rankings towards championship gold. But Chris Sabin has 3 other superstars that he has to get through, and one of them is one half of the tag team champions. And well, here are the WWE Tag Team Champions. It is the Street Profits, but it is Angelo Dawkins who will be in action in this fatal four-way matchup. So the Street Profits holding that gold proudly. They were successful at defeating Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams back at Money in the Bank, following on from Trick Williams not breaking up the pinfall and just allowing his team, Carmelo Hayes, to be pinned, and they lost out on those tag team championships. So you have to wonder what is going on between Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Seems like maybe Carmelo Hayes was trying a little bit too hard last week to help Trick Williams out. But luckily for them, Trick Williams was able to get the victory, so they have all the momentum right now. And the Street Profits, I'm sure that they're going to be hoping that they can get the victory here tonight and keep their momentum as tag team champions. But let's get into the action then. Fatal four-way matchup. Angelo Dawkins, Chris Sabin, Xavier Woods, and it will be Carmelo Hayes as the final man in this matchup. So Carmelo Hayes, Xavier Woods, Chris Sabin, and one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions in Angelo Dawkins about to go head to head. And here we go, the bell rings, and you can see that the ring is surrounded by the tag team partners. You have to wonder, are they going to stay on the outside, or are they going to get themselves involved perhaps? Oh, and Angelo Dawkins going for a spear there, but he's been wiped out from behind off of the springboard. And well, everyone's flying about the ring, but Carmelo Hayes a little bit desperate, trying to get a pinfall early on here. Xavier Woods now, I'm sure that himself and Kofi Kingston will be hoping to get tag team gold once again. They were victorious back at WrestleMania, defeating Big E all alone after turning their backs on Big E. But now, oh, a big forearm to the jaw of Carmelo Hayes. As Angelo Dawkins just stomping away there at Chris Sabin. Up to the top rope goes Angelo Dawkins. Waiting for Chris Sabin to get back to his feet, but Xavier Woods just thwarting the idea of Angelo Dawkins before heading into that DDT. And Angelo Dawkins not too pleased at Xavier Woods, but Xavier Woods is taking control of this one. What a rake to the eyes. Of course, we did say before that there's no disqualification, so the referee can't do a thing about that. Big drop kick to the spine, though, by Carmelo Hayes. It's Carmelo now, being a little bit distracted by Kofi Kingston over on the far side. And then he's caught from behind with that super kick by Chris Sabin. And Chris Sabin now looking for a springboard, perhaps, up to the top rope and into a DDT, planting Carmelo Hayes. Well, this is going to be such a tough matchup to win because so many superstars inside the ring, so many superstars on the outside. And as we've said before, there are no disqualifications, so any of those superstars on the outside could potentially break up the count and maybe save things for their tag team partner. And now Angelo Dawkins heading to the outside. I'm not sure how wise that is, in between two of your opposing tag team partners. But Xavier Woods now the man with a baseball bat and swinging it, striking the spine of both Chris Sabin and Angelo Dawkins, swinging wildly here. Xavier Woods trying to take control of the matchup into a neck breaker, dropping Angelo Dawkins on the back of his head. Big stomp as well. Angelo Dawkins could be the man in trouble now inside the ring all alone, and a big DDT connecting. Carmelo Hayes is just distracted by Kofi Kingston on the outside here. Needs to remain focused on the matchup, but into a big clothesline. Xavier Woods looking to steal the win. Is he going to do it? No, Carmelo Hayes is able to get back into this one. Big clothesline connecting from him off the springboard. Now, Chris Sabin into a suplex connecting onto Carmelo Hayes. But Carmelo Hayes recently, himself and Trick Williams, both of them being a little bit too distracted, to be honest, in all of their matches. And Carmelo Hayes being very distracted by Kofi Kingston here today. But now Xavier Woods off the springboard crashes and burns as Carmelo Hayes just stepped aside. Bit of a smirk on his face. As now Trick Williams, the man up onto the second rope, or up onto the apron I should say, was put off there by Carmelo Hayes being busted wide open by Chris Sabin, who's swinging that baseball bat wildly. And well, Chris Sabin is going to pay for not taking out Xavier Woods once and for all. But Xavier Woods looking to steal the victory here. Angelo Dawkins still groggy. Just about came back too. But Chris Sabin was able to kick out there. Xavier Woods tried to steal the victory just then, but was unable to do so. As now Carmelo Hayes dropping down Chris Sabin, heading up to the top rope, but Chris Sabin fighting back here. And Chris Sabin went in for a strike on the top rope there, but hold on a second, Chris Sabin looking to steal the win. Is he going to do it for the victory? No. Kick out found by Carmelo Hayes. Big strike there by Chris Sabin now. Now sent into the corner is Angelo Dawkins. And Carmelo Hayes slides in behind. Carmelo Hayes now, could he be looking for it? A suplex cutter connecting Kofi Kingston up onto the apron, telling Xavier Woods to break up the pin. But Carmelo Hayes was trying to steal the win, putting his feet up on the rope. And again, no disqualification, so he could have got away with that. But luckily for the New Day, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston was able to make sure that he was aware as to what was going on inside the ring. And Xavier Woods was able to break up the count. Now big strikes by Carmelo Hayes to Angelo Dawkins, and Angelo Dawkins with a reversal, big clothesline, taking Carmelo down to the mat. Carmelo Hayes now into the spine buster. Spine buster connecting, and Xavier Woods in trouble now. My goodness, Angelo Dawkins dominating this matchup momentarily. Is he going to be able to keep it up though? That's the main question. An exposed steel on the turnbuckle is being utilised by Angelo Dawkins into the finisher. And, well, Carmelo Hayes, I thought, was about to steal the victory just then. There's now Angelo Dawkins out to the outside once again. Alex Shelley making sure he doesn't get himself involved. Good sportsmanship from him. But steel chair to the face of Xavier Woods, and, well, Carmelo Hayes able to fight. Oh my word. He's trying to steal the victory here. Carmelo Hayes. Is he going to do it? No. Angelo Dawkins explosively out of the corner. Carmelo Hayes now, the slippery character. Is he going to look to team? Oh my word. Well, bashing their heads together was Chris Sabin there. Was looking to team Carmelo Hayes with Xavier Woods momentarily. But now, Chris Sabin off the top rope. Oh, looking for the Hurricane Rana, and I think that Carmelo Hayes may have just avoided disaster because he may have landed on that steel chair. Now Carmelo Hayes, super kick connecting. Oh, standing switch, and Carmelo Hayes looking to steal the win. Oh, into a super kick again. I'm not sure he's aware that Chris Sabin was behind him though, who takes him out from behind. And this is what we were saying earlier on. There's so many superstars inside the ring, you almost need to have eyes in the back of your head here. But now Carmelo Hayes drops Xavier Woods down face first into the canvas. I thought for a second there might have been onto the steel chair, but luckily for Xavier Woods it wasn't. Now slammed down to the mat is Carmelo Hayes. Slammed down to the mat multiple times here. Big super kick connecting by Chris Sabin. Drop kick not quite connecting for Xavier Woods there. Reversal was found by Carmelo Hayes, but once again Carmelo Hayes being distracted by Kofi Kingston here. Angelo Dawkins now gonna run into the ring and busting open Xavier Woods. Chris Sabin trying to get himself involved, but Carmelo Hayes slides in behind, takes out the knee from underneath Angelo Dawkins, and oh my word, Chris Sabin caught into the suplex cutter. And well, Xavier Woods back to his feet here. Is he going to break up the count? He is. Angelo Dawkins showing signs of frustration, looking to bring those steel steps into play. Oh, Xavier Woods was going for something there. I'm not sure what he was going for, but oh my word. Angelo Dawkins for the victory. Is he going to do it? Can he steal it here? No. Carmelo Hayes able to get the shoulder up somehow, but Xavier Woods and Chris Sabin too busy with each other, not able to break up the count there. So luckily for them, Carmelo Hayes still staying in this one. Oh, big steel chair shot off the face of Angelo Dawkins just now, and then Carmelo Hayes missing out on that moonsault off the springboard. I believe that Angelo Dawkins may have just rolled out of the way, but Chris Sabin now the man looking to steal the win. But Angelo Dawkins, that's why he's one half of the tag team champions, and I think that Carmelo Hayes just then was looking for a low blow. But luckily for Angelo Dawkins, he didn't quite connect on that one. Big kick to the midsection now. You can see the wear and tear is beginning to show on these superstars. But who's going to be the one left standing at the end of this one? Is it going to be Angelo Dawkins, one half of the tag team champions? Will someone else be able to build some momentum? Carmelo Hayes slamming Xavier Woods face first into the canvas, looking for the win. But Chris Sabin at the last possible second, back to his feet, and able to break up the count. Now Carmelo Hayes fighting his way out of the clutches of Angelo Dawkins. And now, Carmelo Hayes off the springboard again. And well, Chris Sabin now looking for the pinfall, but Carmelo Hayes is well alert to the situation, and well, everyone's shedding blood here this evening. Carmelo Hayes, the only man left standing in the ring with a steel chair in hand, looking to inflict more punishment on Xavier Woods, and this could be his moment to steal the victory. Carmelo Hayes, no. Xavier Woods able to get the shoulder up. Now Carmelo Hayes switches his focus to one half of the tag team champions, but Chris Sabin now into the neck breaker connecting. And well, Chris Sabin looking to steal the win. Xavier Woods may have just cost himself, but luckily for both Angelo Dawkins and Xavier Woods, the kick out was found. Oh, a big elbow there to the side of the head of Carmelo Hayes. Drop kick connecting there as well, and hold on a second. Chris Sabin about to steal the win, but no. Would have been over one half of the tag team champions as well, that. So that would have been a big victory for him, and Xavier Woods just ran into that super kick. Now Chris Sabin looking to put away Carmelo Hayes. Is he going to do it? Chris Sabin connecting into the cover, hooking both legs. Can he do it? No. Angelo Dawkins taking out the referee as well as breaking up the count. Things are really getting chaotic here. Surprisingly enough, all the other superstars staying on the outside for now, though, as Xavier Woods has dropped spine first into the canvas. Chris Sabin, the man in control, at least for now. With one half of the tag team champions, he hoists him up, drops him down to the mat. Carmelo Hayes again getting distracted by Kofi Kingston. He needs to stay focused here. And Xavier Woods in trouble, but a few elbows found here. The referee's still down and out right now. Slowly making his way back to his feet now, though. And Xavier Woods, he could be looking to steal the win. Xavier Woods into the cover. Is he going to do it for the victory? No. The referee's still trying to get himself back into this matchup. He still seems a little bit groggy right now. A bit of a slow count there moments ago. I'm sure that Xavier Woods is not going to be too pleased about that. Steel chair to the ribcage of Angelo Dawkins, and now into the cover he goes. Xavier Woods, Carmelo Hayes slowly back into the ring. Xavier Woods couldn't quite get the victory. Maybe if the referee hadn't been taken out there, it would have been okay, but Alex Shelley this time, the man causing the distraction for Carmelo Hayes. Angelo Dawkins looking to steal it off the roller. Is he going to do it? No. Carmelo Hayes breaks up the count this time. Well, these teams, no man seems to want to give an inch here. Carmelo Hayes, though, he needs to remain focused in this one because he's getting very, very distracted by the superstars on the outside. Onto the steel chair, that German suplex. Xavier Woods neck first, connecting. Now Carmelo Hayes on the inside, about to steal the victory, but Angelo Dawkins was alert to the situation, quickly into the ring to break up that count. And Xavier Woods into the DDT, connecting. Frog splash not connecting for Carmelo Hayes in the meantime, though. And Carmelo Hayes now. Drop kick to the leg there. And then a clothesline as well to follow. And Xavier Woods off of the springboard. So hard to keep up with these four superstars. Going 100 miles an hour here this evening. Xavier Woods, looking for a big body splash. Couldn't connect with it. Big boot connecting for Angelo Dawkins. And off the ropes he goes, but he's tripped up a little bit there by Chris Sabin, who now is going to feel the wrath of Angelo Dawkins. But reversal found there. Now Xavier Woods going to roll through here, looking to get the victory, looking to steal it, but Angelo Dawkins again alert to the situation. Oh my goodness. Carmelo Hayes taking everyone out. Off of the 450. Is he going to do it? Carmelo Hayes gets the victory and he pins one half of the tag team champions. So, I mean, it seems like we may have to be running it back again. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams could be about to face the Street Profits once again for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Pledge your allegiance to Chelsea Green.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the first ever Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green, making her way down to the ring with the championship around her waist. So she somehow walked out of Toronto, Canada as the first ever Women's United States Champion, climbing up that ladder, grabbing the championship in the main event of night one at Money in the Bank. And now she is flanked by her side by her best friend, and I'm hearing that this is her secret Hervis in Piper Niven, escorting the new United States Women's Champion to the ring. But Chelsea Green has some words for us here tonight. Let's see what she's got to say.
SmackDown, let's hear it for your first ever Women's United States Champion, me, Chelsea Green. Now I know what you're thinking. How did she do it? How did she overcome 7 other women in a brutal ladder match? Well, the answer is simple. I am amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm iconic. And more importantly, I'm a winner. And let's give it up for the real MVP. Piper Niven, my muscle, my backup, my insurance policy, my secret Hervis. Now I can finally say it. I carried this whole division to legitimacy. And going forward, this title is staying right where it belongs, with me.
Oh, hold on just 1 second. Because this is a serious contender right here. Jada Parker, another woman who was involved in that championship ladder match at Money in the Bank. But unfortunately for her, she was actually the woman who got distracted and didn't actually tear Chelsea Green down from the ladder. So Jada Parker, maybe she has a little bit of a gut feeling that maybe it's her fault that Chelsea Green is in this position, but let's see what Jada Parker has got to say here tonight.
Congratulations, Chelsea. You climbed a ladder without breaking a nail. But let's not pretend you earned anything. You ducked real competition. And now real competition has arrived.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Well, the prodigy has arrived. Another woman who was involved in that ladder match back at Money in the Bank, trying to become the first ever Women's United States Champion, Roxanne Perez, also making her way down to ringside. So she clearly has some words for the new Women's United States Champion. Let's see what Roxanne Perez has got to say here.
Oh, Jida, that's cute. But while you are out here flexing your little muscles, the prodigy has been the fastest rising star in the entire industry. And you, Chelsea, I've watched you. I know every shortcut you take, and I promise when you come face to face with the prodigy, I'll take that title and your dignity. You won't even see it coming.
Oh, hang on a second. Well, the locker room's empty in here. Cora Jade is the next woman to come out here and have her piece of the action, or at least her piece of this promo, I guess. She clearly has some words for us here this evening and for the other superstars inside the ring. Well, what does Cora Jade have to say here tonight?
I'm done listening to all of you talk. This isn't about who's smarter or who plays the game better. It's about fighting. It's about proving you belong in that ring with that title. I don't care how you won. What matters is this. That title deserves to be around the waist of someone the fans actually believe in. Someone who bleeds for this division. Someone like me.
And oh, hold on a second. Look who it is. Nia Jax wiping out Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Well, it seems like everyone else has scrambled out of the ring. Nia Jax also wanting a piece of the champion, while Chelsea Green, your life is about to become a living hell, I assume. And so here comes Jimmy Uso, but hold on a second. El Grande Americano attacking Jimmy Uso here before Jimmy Uso's matchup against Andrade. Well, Jimmy Uso has been the man that's been calling out El Grande Americano, stating that he believes Chad Gable is the one behind the mask. But now Jimmy Uso seemingly stating to the referee that he's happy to continue here, despite the fact that he's just been wiped out before the match even begins. So Andrade getting another opportunity here on Friday Night SmackDown to maybe try and get himself into that United States Championship title picture. And now he has the upper hand here. But is he going to be able to take advantage of the situation, perhaps? And Big Jimmy Uso, looking to regain that United States Championship after he held it early on in 2K24's Universe Mode series. But at the moment, Penta is the man who is the #1 contender after he was successful in that triple threat match. As now, hold on a second. Well, Andrade's been caught by the power of Big Jimmy Uso with a massive powerbomb, just catching Andrade there. So back at Money in the Bank, it was Penta who was successful in that triple threat match against El Grande Americano and Jimmy Uso to make sure that he would become the #1 contender to that United States Championship. So Chad Gable, Penta is definitely in your future, but one of these two men could also perhaps be involved in the future. And hold on a second, Jimmy Uso just collapsing to the mat there. Perhaps maybe he's taking a little bit more damage than we realise. And Andrade now decided against going for whatever he had planned before. And instead he decides to target the knee. And now big stomp to the midsection by Andrade. And he just steps through as well. Jimmy Uso could be in big trouble here. Following on from that assault by El Grande Americano. Andrade though, looking to take advantage here and get himself his first victory on SmackDown. He's taking his time up to the top rope. Not sure how wise that is, and he's been caught once again. Another powerbomb connecting by Big Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso living up to the name of Big Jim here. And looking for a super kick, but a reversal found by Andrade. I thought for a second he may be going for a roll-up there, but he decided against it. Some big strikes in the corner. As now Jimmy Uso gets the upper hand, sending Andrade over the apron. And now big stunner onto that top rope as Jimmy Uso throws the ones up to the sky. Perhaps paying homage to the tribal chief Roman Reigns, who is over on Monday Night Raw. And now off the ropes goes Andrade, and now it's Jimmy Uso into a pop-up Samoan drop. Impressive stuff this from Jimmy Uso, looking for a super kick, but Andrade shakes the head and he says no, not going to have that. Into a German suplex. Andrade seems to be one step ahead of Jimmy Uso so far. Into the cover, hooking the leg, looking to get the victory, but just a 1 count found against Jimmy Uso. Andrade needs to inflict more punishment upon Big Jim if he wants the victory. A big spinning back elbow, and that could be the beginning of the end for Big Jim. Andrade, is he going to go for it? The hammerlock DDT connecting, and into the cover he goes, hooking the leg. Andrade for the victory. Can he do it? No. Big Jimmy Uso able to power out and get the shoulder up. And now Andrade with Jimmy Uso. This WWE Universe wants these two to continue fighting, and it is one heck of a matchup so far. And Andrade now showing some power of his own here. Just tossing Jimmy Uso over his head. Using one arm to hoist him up as well. Big right hand there. Both men had the same idea, but Andrade coming out on top. At least for now. Andrade now just taking his time, heading to the outside. He wants Jimmy Uso back to his feet. Andrade perhaps thinking about flying here on the outside. Andrade, oh my word! What a maneuver from Andrade. Flying off the top rope, off the springboard, risking his own body here. Now sending Jimmy Uso towards the barricade, but Jimmy Uso so exhausted. Following on from that attack before the match by El Grande, Jimmy Uso has taken a lot of punishment in this Universe Mode series. Chad Gable attacking him early on, ensuring that he couldn't take the United States Championship back at Backlash. So the odds have been stacked against Jimmy Uso, and it looks like Andrade maybe thinking about taking a count-out victory here. Jimmy Uso just about stirring on a 7 count. An 8 count now by the referee, and Jimmy Uso slowly makes his way back into the ring on the 9 count. And now big strikes to the midsection there by Big Jim. Just about able to save this matchup for himself. But Jimmy Uso looking to turn the tides here as he gets the upper hand back inside the ring. It could have been a mistake for Andrade to allow Jimmy Uso some time to recover. He could have kept his foot on the gas perhaps. And big kick across the chest there by Jimmy Uso. And Jimmy now heading up to the top rope. Jimmy Uso going to fly into a diving headbutt. That's a maneuver that we see El Grande using, and also Chad Gable, but into the cover, hooking the leg. No, Andrade's able to power out this time. Jimmy Uso, could he be about to hit another roadblock on his journey back to that United States Championship perhaps? It's going to make it a tall task for him if he's not able to defeat Andrade here tonight. He'll have to go the long route at getting that United States Championship back. Andrade, though, taking his time on the outside. Just maybe toying with Jimmy Uso here. And Jimmy Uso isn't going to wait for Andrade. Head into the outside. And Jimmy Uso showing some frustration here. Just raking at the nose here and the eyes of Andrade. That's unlike Jimmy Uso. The frustration's maybe boiling over for Big Jim. Andrade sent back into the ring, though. And Jimmy Uso now taking his time. Big right hand to the back. Andrade over the top rope onto the apron, but he finds a big reversal with a forearm to the jaw of Jimmy Uso. Now Andrade sent off the ropes, and Jimmy Uso was looking for the spear, but a reversal found, and now Andrade looking for that moonsault, but he couldn't quite connect with it. And Jimmy Uso connecting with a super kick right on the jaw. And another one for good measure. Jimmy Uso has lost it right now. Another super kick for a third time. Jimmy Uso, the frustration's really boiling over here. You can see it in his face. Almost has steam coming out of his ears. And Jimmy Uso is going to back it up now. Paying homage to the late great Umaga with a hip attack in the corner. And Jimmy Uso could be closing in on a victory. Is he going to do it here? Jimmy Uso driving Andrade down with that atomic drop. Big right hand by Andrade. Brushed it off there, and oh my word, Jimmy Uso's been caught again. Hammerlock DDT connecting, and this could be all over. Andrade into the cover for the victory. Shocking win, no. Jimmy Uso just about able to hang in there. And now Andrade with some ground and pound. Jimmy Uso probably believes that he should have had this matchup won already, and maybe he even realises the fact that El Grande may have cost him, but a spear connecting out of nowhere for the Big Jim for the victory. No! Andrade is still in there. How are these two still going? And Jimmy Uso desperate here, back into the pinfall again. Is he going to do it? No, just a 1 count. And you can see again the frustration on the face of Jimmy Uso. He's got to be wondering what on earth does he need to do to get back towards that United States Championship. And well, Andrade back to his feet and another spinning back elbow. And Jimmy Uso could be out for the count here. Andrade to pick up the win. No. Jimmy Uso again, and Andrade can't believe it this time. Well, who on earth is going to be victorious out of these two? Andrade, though, is lining up at Jimmy Uso here. Jimmy in big trouble. But he may be about to find a reversal. Big strike to the midsection. Andrade was looking for that hammerlock DDT again. But Jimmy Uso found a crucial reversal there. And Andrade just bumping into the referee. Jimmy Uso once again into another spear connecting, and that's surely got to be it. Jimmy Uso, is he going to put down Andrade? Massive victory for Big Jim, but Andrade coming oh so close to a victory himself. So what a victory that is for Jimmy Uso. A massive win. He came so close to losing out here, and we saw a lot of frustration from Jimmy Uso, but ultimately he gets the victory. Now, well, hold on a second. Look who he is. Chad Gable into the ring and taking out Jimmy Uso from behind. But hold on a second. Penta's back here. And well, Penta this week coming to the rescue of Jimmy Uso in the same fashion that Jimmy came to the rescue for him last week. Now, once again, we have these two staring each other down. But hold on a second. Look who it is. Rey Mysterio, the general manager.
Hey, basta ya. enough of this back and forth, enough of these sneak attacks, and enough of the chaos. I've been watching this whole situation very closely. One week, El Grande Americano attacks Penta and Jimmy comes to the rescue. Then Chad tries to blindside Jimmy, and Penta returns the favor. Everybody's throwing punches. Everybody wants to fight. So guess what? You're gonna fight at Saturday night's main event. We're gonna settle this. It'll be Jimmy Uso and Penta, El Zero Miedo, taking on Chad Gable and his so-called personal favorite luchador, El Grande Americano. Let's see how brave you are, Chad, when you don't get to hide behind sneak attacks. And I'll be watching every second muy de cerca. Because I've got my suspicions, and sooner or later, the truth about El Grande Americano, it's gonna come out.
Well, this is huge news because at Saturday night's main event, we've got another tag team match. Chad Gable and El Grande Americano against Jimmy Uso and Penta. And well, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the Cult of Personality ahead of his clash with the greatest of all time in John Cena. So CM Punk last week was claiming that John Cena can't handle the pressure of this farewell tour because John Cena so far has not got a single victory in WWE 2K25's Universe Mode series. He's claimed that he wants to chase after that 17th World Championship, Cena, and he wants to make history, but CM Punk has basically said that he sees right through John Cena, and he sees that it's eating him alive, the pressure of this farewell tour, and John Cena, CM Punk believes that John Cena will never achieve that 17th World Championship, and he told that to John Cena's face last week before they were both interrupted by Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And Dirty Dom will be facing off against the Winged Eagle champion at Saturday night's main event. But this man did also state to Dominic Mysterio that things aren't done between them. As for right now, let's see what CM Punk has got to say about John Cena.
So, last week, we heard from John Cena, huh? The self-proclaimed hero, the man who never gives up, the guy who's going to make history. Yeah. Well, Cena may think he's doing all that, but let me tell you something, folks. John Cena isn't the man he used to be. You see, Cena's out here telling you he's still got it, that he's going to make history with his 17th world title, but let me break it to you straight. He's delusional. Cena's been on this farewell tour, and the pressure, it's eating him alive. He's running around like a man on a mission, but deep down he knows he'll never reach that 17th title. And you know why? Because Cena's never had the real drive to be great. He's been on the back end of his career for years, and yet he keeps pretending like he's still that unstoppable force. But the truth is, he's washed up. The sooner Cena admits that, the sooner he can stop lying to all of you and himself.
And here he is, the man on his farewell tour. It is the greatest of all time in John Cena here on Friday Night SmackDown. And John Cena looking to try and get that 17th World Championship. He has already failed back at Backlash in that gauntlet match for the Winged Eagle Championship. And then he also failed to qualify for the Money in the Bank. But let's see what he's got to say here.
Punk, you can say whatever you want. You can stand there and talk about failure, about pressure, about legacy. But the truth is, I'm not going to let you or anyone else tell me what I can or can't achieve. You don't get to decide when my time is up. You don't know me. You think you do, but you don't. You think I'm just some guy who's hanging on, trying to recapture the glory days, but I'm not. I'm not here for a nostalgia trip. I'm here to win that 17th title, and I'll do whatever it takes to get it. If you're too blind to see that, well, that's your problem. I don't lower myself to other people's levels. I rise above them. You think I've changed? You're damn right I have. And it's time you learn that you can't stand in my way. So, you keep running your mouth, punk. But when the time comes, I'll leave you in the dust.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were still the same unstoppable force you used to be. Ha! No, John. What I'm seeing is a guy who's been chasing a dream that's already passed him by. You think you can still get that 17th title? You're kidding yourself. You're on the farewell tour, and deep down, you know it's over. You're telling yourself it's not, but I see it. I see a man who's terrified of the fact that he's never going to reach that goal. The pressure is too much, Cena. It's building, and you can't handle it. You're scared. You're scared that you're going to end your career with nothing. You'll leave, never getting that 17th title. That's what's eating you alive.
Well, interesting accusation there by CM Punk. But the question is he correct about John Cena? Is the pressure of the farewell tour too much for Cena? As we move on with the show, hold on a second. Jacob Fatu in gorilla position. And oh my word, the Winged Eagle champion. Well, he's in singles action now. But Jacob Fatu, is he maybe not listening to the final boss, perhaps? Because last week on SmackDown, the final boss did ask Jacob Fatu why he's paying so much attention to the Winged Eagle champion. Maybe Jacob Fatu wants to cash in on this man, Damian Priest. As we get into the main event of the evening, we have the Winged Eagle champion out here, and just moments after having an interesting altercation, or interaction I should say, with Mr. Money in the Bank, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu backstage, seemingly just hanging around in gorilla position. Does that mean that he's maybe keeping his eye on Damian Priest and that Winged Eagle championship, despite the fact that the final boss seemingly told Jacob Fatu to not give any attention to this championship right here, because the final boss believes that his title is the only title that matters in WWE, and if Jacob Fatu gives any attention to the Winged Eagle champion and that championship, then the WWE Universe may be led to believe that that championship means more than it actually does in reality. And I'm sure Damian Priest would argue against that till the cows come home. Damian Priest is a man who is on one heck of a roll in this Universe Mode series, undefeated so far. But he is going to face off against Dirty Dominic Mysterio at Saturday night's main event. Dirty Dom very nearly defeated Damian Priest a couple of weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown. So Damian Priest has to be careful not to underestimate Dirty Dominic Mysterio. But he is in singles action here tonight. Let's see who he's coming up against. And well, ladies and gentlemen, Damian Priest's opponent this evening is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes looking to still finish his story here in WWE 2K25's Universe Mode series. So this is a big matchup for Cody. So Cody Rhodes, if he's able to defeat Damian Priest here tonight, maybe he will be the next #1 contender for that Winged Eagle Championship. And then Cody Rhodes could perhaps maybe even go on to become the Winged Eagle champion and win his first WWE championship here in Universe mode. But of course, Damian Priest has to get through Dominic Mysterio first, so potentially we could maybe even be seeing in the future Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio for the Winged Eagle championship. Of course, you can't write off Damian Priest, though. The form that he's been in WWE 2K25's Universe Mode series. He's already defeated this man back at Backlash during that gauntlet match, where Damian Priest actually eliminated Cody Rhodes and then went on to defeat the likes of Carmelo Hayes, John Cena, and CM Punk as well. So Damian Priest, Cody Rhodes. This is not a title matchup, just singles action here. These two going to go head to head, so it's not the first time that we've seen these two facing off inside of the ring. We did see these two back at Backlash, and Damian Priest was the man to eliminate Cody Rhodes from that gauntlet match, which Damian Priest would go on to win the entire thing, taking out the likes of Cody Rhodes, as we mentioned, Carmelo Hayes, also CM Punk and John Cena himself. John Cena getting rejected for that 17th World Championship, which he's seemingly so desperate to gain. But now Cody Rhodes, if he's able to beat the Winged Eagle champion here, could maybe be looking at gaining his first World Championship here in Universe Mode in the near future, perhaps. Because if he can defeat Damian Priest here, that will definitely boost Cody's confidence. And then he may even be a future #1 contender. And Damian Priest now back to his feet, though. It's going to be one heck of a challenge for Cody Rhodes to take Damian Priest down. Because Damian Priest, hold on a second. Oh my word, of course. Damian Priest's challenger at Saturday night's main event, Dirty Dom, causing a distraction here. And Damian Priest a little bit confused, but there's the referee. Is Dirty Dom here? What's happening right now? And he's here! Dirty Dominic Mysterio with a sledgehammer to the ribs. And well, Cody Rhodes, is he going to take advantage here? Cody Rhodes crawling across the ring. He's draped his arm across Damian Priest, but the referee distracted. And Damian Priest able to kick out. Well, Cody Rhodes, that's unlike him, trying to take advantage of that distraction there. Up to the top rope into a moonsault. Just crushing Damian Priest there. And now stomp away at the arm as well. Big strikes by Cody Rhodes here. And Cody hoisting up Damian Priest before slamming him down to the mat. Damian Priest could be in some trouble right now. Dirty Dom may have perhaps just cost Damian Priest this matchup. And Dirty Dom, if he's able to defeat Damian Priest at Saturday night's main event, and if Cody Rhodes is successful here, we could see them two fighting out. But hold on a second. Damian Priest now taunting Cody Rhodes. Damian Priest signaling for the end here after removing the straps or bringing the straps down, and Cody Rhodes in trouble. But a big elbow found by the American Nightmare, looking for a forearm. But Damian Priest with that big slap with double palms, and then he's tossed over the top rope down to the concrete floor on the outside. Cody Rhodes though gonna head to the outside as well, and he's caught by the champion. Of course, as I said before, this is not a championship match, it's just singles action, no title on the line. But Cody Rhodes could become the next #1 contender if he is victorious here. Cody sent back into the ring. Damian Priest now. Cody Rhodes back to his feet again. Couple of kicks by Damian Priest and a big forearm. Cody Rhodes slowly just falling to the ground before rolling out quickly. And then catching Damian Priest off guard, hanging him up on the top rope. And Cody Rhodes now up to the top rope here. Cody Rhodes looking for a crossbody, but Damian Priest just stepped back. And Cody Rhodes now going to suffer the consequences. And he's going to get punished by the Punisher. Damian Priest up to the top rope. Is he going to make it? Big elbow drop connecting. And this is exactly why Damian Priest has been undefeated so far. He pulls out all the stops. And just when you think that he's defeated, he finds a way to get himself back into it. The referee telling Damian Priest to get back into the ring, and he obliges. Now Damian Priest just taking his time with Cody Rhodes here. Some ground and pound as well by the champion. Damian Priest allowing the frustrations to boil over. Big kick by Cody though. He's back to his feet, out on the apron now. Damian Priest. What's Cody Rhodes got planned? Into a missile dropkick connecting right on the jaw. And Damian Priest is struggling ever so slightly here. Just clutching at the ribs momentarily there. It's now Cody Rhodes looking to make Damian Priest tap out, but Damian Priest quickly out of that one, looking for a big kick. Reversal found by the American Nightmare. And now Cody Rhodes looking for the pedigree, but Damian Priest able to find a reversal and block that one. Could be a turning point in this matchup. If Cody Rhodes was able to hit that, then that could have perhaps been the end, but a reversal found by the American Nightmare here. It looked like Cody Rhodes was looking for the crossroads there, but Damian Priest as well found a reversal and a big forearm busting Cody open. And Damian Priest and Cody back out to the outside. A bit of cat and mouse by these two. Some mind games, but hold on a second. Cody has been caught. The champion with Cody Rhodes up. Razor's edge connecting. Damian Priest quickly into the cover for a big victory here. No. The American Nightmare still hanging in there. Damian Priest so impressive in this Universe Mode series so far. This SmackDown roster is stacked and he's just been walking through the roster and oh my word, I thought that was it. Damian Priest also thought that was it. Cody Rhodes getting the shoulder up at a 2.9 count. The last possible second. The American Nightmare still showing life. Damian Priest back to his feet and over the top rope with that clothesline. Cody Rhodes once again to the top rope here. Big risk here. Is it going to be a high risk, high reward situation? Cody just trying to adjust himself on that top rope and connecting with a missile drop kick. Damian Priest now could be the one in trouble. Sent back into the ring. Cody Rhodes wants Priest back to his feet once again. Is he going to go for that springboard perhaps? Cody Rhodes connecting once again right on the jaw with that missile drop kick. A couple of times now he's connected with that one, but Cody could be closing in on a big victory here. Crossroads connecting. Damian Priest busted open into the cover. Cody Rhodes for the victory. No. Damian Priest this time able to get the shoulder up at a 2.9 count. Well, Cody Rhodes trying to close in on his first ever WWE World Championship. He needs the victory here if he wants to go after that Winged Eagle title. But Damian Priest looking to continue his undefeated streak here in 2K25. Is he going to be able to do so? He's lining up Cody now, but Cody Rhodes feeling the effects of that. Oh, and Cody Rhodes has been caught. South of Heaven chokeslam, and you've got to think that's surely got to be it. Cody Rhodes down and out for the count. No! Cody gets the shoulder up again. And Damian Priest now, you can see a little bit of frustration on his face once more. Could some doubt perhaps be creeping into the mind of the champion? He went for a big kick there, couldn't quite connect with it. And Cody Rhodes into the Cody cutter. Damian Priest in big trouble. Cody Rhodes now with Damian in position again in the middle of the ring with a crossroads. Is that going to be enough for Cody to pin the Winged Eagle champion, give his first defeat? No! Damian Priest again able to power out. Neither man wants to give an inch here. Dominic Mysterio, of course, did already attack Damian Priest in this one. And he's still fighting here somehow. But Damian Priest lining up Cody with a big super kick connecting. And now Priest up to the second rope. Sizing up Cody Rhodes once more. Damian Priest with a spear off the second rope. Targeting the ribs of Cody Rhodes, which it might be a wise decision here. Because the South of Heaven chokeslam is really going to put a big impact on those ribs. Cody wisely rolling to the outside. A veteran move that. But Damian Priest still wants to keep that undefeated streak intact right here in 2K25's Universe Mode series. As Damian Priest now slamming Cody Rhodes face first into the concrete floor. Cody's in big trouble as Damian Priest has him in his clutches. Gonna send Cody back into the ring. Could this be the beginning of the end for Cody Rhodes? Damian Priest hooking the leg. He thinks he's done enough here. Is it gonna be enough for the victory? Damian Priest continues his undefeated streak and puts down the American Nightmare. Despite the interference from Dirty Dominic Mysterio, well, is there going to be anyone that can defeat Damian Priest? This man is on one heck of a roll.